Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Adam Samuel. Today, we are talking a two-parter American Idol episode, the top 12 contestants' performances, and the comeback episode. Joining me for this podcast is my co-host, Eric. How are you doing today, Eric?
I am doing a lot better than I could have been had the jury really... the fact that I was so nervous about it is what pisses me off, because it was so blatantly obvious. I'm sorry, I'm sorry for getting political, but it's not political. It's just the fact that I was even remotely nervous says everything that needs to be said about how fucked up this country is. But anyway, time to talk Idol and how fucked up that is. Just comeback performances. The whole idea for this round just pisses me off to no end, and so we're gonna do you all a favor and not dwell on that, because we don't want to dwell on it, because we all know it's going to one of three people. Well, one of two really, but we're gonna talk about a third anyway. So
yes, and we're also joined by Grace. How are you doing today, Grace?
I'm doing okay, thank you. I'm very tired. This has already been a long week, and it is only Tuesday.
Well, so here we are. It's Tuesday. We've got two episodes to kind of dissect. We're going to focus more on the top 12 episode, but to kick the episode off, I think the biggest headline here to come out of the episode is our results. We lost 3 contestants from going from 12 to 9. We gained one to go to 10.
And none of them were on my team.
And my team is in shambles. What? I did not see this coming. We lose this week. Ava, August, the big one. What? Bean and Madison, who are both, I feel, were strong contestants, and I wish, honestly, both of them could have continued further. I would have liked all 3, but yeah, this is our result. Grace, what are your thoughts on this? How this turned out?
I was not surprised at all by Madison or Bean, even though I would have kept him over some of the other people. Ava, I can kind of see why, because she was second of the night. She wasn't very interesting, and 3 people had to go home this week. If it were up to me, Madison would have been the only one I would have sent home.
But wouldn't going earlier in this kind of an episode have helped a contestant out? Gil, you know what? He's got a point. But performing earlier, wouldn't you think that would help you out more in this format of kind of where, it's live voting throughout the show?
You'd think, but not when you're boring.
the deaf spot never helps. We'll just put it that way.
Unless you're popular enough to overcome it like Grace.
I was shocked that she got cut so early. Not mad per se.
I'm mad. I'll be mad for both of you. I thought Ava had a shot of winning this thing.
No, she didn't.
And see her go out so early. And like I said, Bean too is a huge loss for the show. I thought his performance
for Idol or for this show. Should we just roll it?
Well, but to give some context, so this weekend, someone had sent me a link. Evan on Twitter sent me a link that Bean was actually on Cameo. So I decided to get a cameo for the podcast. So I sent it to both of Eric and Grace over the weekend, and neither of them replied. No one. I said, "Hey, watch this." I said, "Hey, watch this," and then a whole day passes, and then I get a message from Eric. Oh my god! And let's play the message. Eric, you do the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying, well, I'm not gonna say anything until after. Yeah.
Hello, Reality Hour team. It's me, Bean. Ooh, that sounds cool. We should start something. And I'm just popping in to say hello and to say thank you for the work that you guys do for the show. It really means the world to me and my pals that people like you are so invested in our journeys here. It's really a bizarre and beautiful thing to share with other people. So I'm excited that we're on this little ride together. I actually just got a chance to catch your last episode and listen to your guys' comments on the show. And I think it's so cool what you're doing. The dynamic that you have on the show is super sweet. And the analysis is really great as well. I think we get a lot of hype man stuff and a lot of fluff, but I love that you guys are not afraid to get down and dirty and say your honest opinions. And I know that some of you are not on Team Bean yet. And you know, it's totally fine, and I view it as a challenge to get you here. So we're gonna work on it, my friends, and I promise you, next week's episode, the Oscars night, is going to be a blast. Here's a sneak peek of the shoes they have me in. So tune in to see if I can walk on stage. Love you guys. Thanks for interacting with us and loving on us. We love you right back. Bye.
Thanks, Grace, for just pointing at me and Adam there. That was fantastic.
Now, since Bean was on my team, I do just kind of want to take a moment to just eulogize his run on the show, because I know some of us weren't always like the most positive, but I do want to say, like, for Bean, he was a positive presence on the show, and I enjoyed watching him. Yeah, I don't think his performances were always my favorite, but his personality was one of my favorites this season. And I love the positivity he brought to the show. And he was such a joy to watch. And I do think the show is worse off not having him around.
A couple of his performances I thought were really good. And I definitely think of the guys, he was definitely in the stronger portion of them. I just feel like the girls are stronger than the guys this year. But yeah, I am sad he's gone. The first 10 seconds of his performance this week were perfect, and I wish that he kept the rest of it like that. But we'll get there.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about Bean's performance a little later. Grace, do you have anything to say about our lost contestants this week before we kind of move on?
Like I said, Ava. I mean, also, not to mention with Ava, Bobby gave her horrible advice. Like, Bobby wanting her to be 15. Worst advice you can give somebody. And then we're not going to talk about that driving thing. I think the less said about Bobby Bones this week, the better.
Yes.
And every week. And then Madison and Bean both broke cardinal rules. You don't sing Whitney songs, and you don't sing duets.
Well, there you go.
I mean, Madison was DOA, but Bean wasn't crazy about the arrangement. I thought he sang the song pretty well. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a shame, but you know, these are the hands that we've been left with, and we'll just have to continue on. But one other headline I do want to talk about is that apparently, I don't know if this has been confirmed or not. Eric, you can correct me. Is it true there are no more Monday shows for the rest of the season?
We have
what
4
happened
left.
What happened? This was supposed to be a thing. We were so excited.
No, The Bachelor doesn't start until later. I don't think.
How did we get this wrong then? How did that, like?
I don't know. All I know is that I'm not happy about it, obviously, but at the very least, counting previous weeks, we will have a total of 7 traditional performance episodes with the top 14 on, which is better than last year and the year, and not as good as the year before last year, but it's about what we should expect from this point in reality competition land. I'm not happy about it, especially considering how we were teased with like the possibilities of like single eliminations every week, but you know, that's never going to happen again.
No, I disagree with you, Eric. I do not like this format at all. I think this is absolute garbage.
I don't like it. I've just come to terms with it.
This has ruined like the investment for the show for me. I will say, like, truly, like the fact that it's so expedited and we lose so many people.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all, Adam. We're on the same page. It's awful, but I've just come to expect awful at this point.
I believe American Idol lives or dies by its kind of middling contestants. If we had this format for season 10, Haley Reinhart would have been gone. Like, there would have been because of this, we don't get any opportunity to stay with these contestants. They are just gone before we even knew them.
To grow.
Yeah, every week you got to play to like survive, and that just ruins it. It ruins the fun of it. It ruins. I'm gonna rant a little bit right now because it's just
go for it.
This is not American Idol that I love. American Idol was so much fun because it was about growth. It was not about having everyone being on the ropes and just losing everyone so much. And the god dang overdone standing ovations has just like that was part of the fun.
Standing ovations is a totally different rant, but
The judges are garbage. They offer little to nothing useful. The only good one this season was Paula Abdul, kind of. Everyone else is just... She was kind of. But everyone else is just like, what are you doing to this show? Like, are they trying to destroy it?
Yes, but anyway, let's talk about the contestants. Because I don't want to blow a fuse like Adam just did.
I work with 12-year-olds all day long. I do it every day.
I could go, Gil. Don't try me. Yeah. Let's just do the deep dive before I lose my voice. Do we have like a transition slide, like the picture? No.
We don't.
I've ruined everything. All right, so 12 contestants go into the ring, 9 come out. First up, Grace performing Happy by Pharrell. And what is going on here? I just want to toss it over to you guys. What is happening with Grace this season?
She's not picking the right songs. And the second she picks the right song, she's gonna have a moment and she's gonna be back into the front runner. But this was not it. I mean, this was a baffling song choice to me. Like, she did a good job with it, as bad or as good as she could have done with it, but wrong song. I mean, there was no way to have a moment with this particular song. So I'm really crossing my fingers that she can bounce back next time, because with only 4 performance shows left, we're running out of time for her to have that idol moment that I know she's capable of. So,
what do you think, Grace?
Theories. Theory number 1 is that she's just trying to pick current stuff and she overthought it. Theory number 2 is that she knew she had a free week. So she figured, why the heck not?
That is the one answer I could accept. Because if you're someone like Grace, not you, Grace, other Grace, but I could accept that answer. If she said that, I just wanted to kind of do something else because I knew I was safe. That's a respectable answer because it's true. And here's what I thought. I was just like, why this song? For some reason, Happy is whenever I hear this song, I think of the performance from Majesty Rose back in season 13 or 14. And what I loved about that performance was the energy. Happy is like a song that you kind of want to jive to.
That's the appeal of that song.
But this didn't have that. It had no energy. I'm watching this.
That's not who Grace is, and that's why it was the wrong song choice.
But if you're gonna do it, you gotta commit. You gotta at least go for it. You
shouldn't have done it. Is my point. We can just stop there. She shouldn't have done the song. It's not because there's no way that she was gonna be able to. It's not who she is. It was just wrong. It was a wrong song choice. And I want her to win, so I want her to bounce back and not pick a bad song like this again. So
it was also weirdly pitchy. I was like, "Ooh, Grace is missing notes. This is a weird thing
on
for
a
me."
Song that literally has absolutely no range.
Well, she added range to it, but still.
Well, yeah, she did what she could to show off that she actually has talent, because this song doesn't show any. Plus, it's from Despicable Me too, which I refuse to watch any of the Despicable Me movies for many reasons. Okay. And I've heard the second one is awful.
Any other thoughts on Grace?
Please, if you're listening, Grace, which I know you're not, pick a better song next week.
Is it next week
Disney night? That's going to let you have the moment that we all know is in you.
Eric, give me some advice. Next week is Disney week. What's a good choice here?
God damn it, I don't know. But there has to be something. There has to be something.
If anybody sings Into the Unknown, I am not voting for them, even if they're on my team.
God,
I can see Deshawn doing it.
Grace could kill that song, but I don't want her
to. The song's already dead.
Kill it in a good way, but...
Oh, I got a good one. Reflection.
No.
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
I love that reaction. Grace is like, yes. Eric's like, no.
And then Eric thought about it for 2 seconds. It was like, yeah, that could work.
There you
Anyway,
go.
Let's move on to Ava, shall we?
Ava, my God, what a shame. City of Lights. I thought this was lovely.
City of
I
Stars.
had no idea. City of Stars. I apologize. I thought it was lovely. I weirdly thought that this song was supposed to be by Cassandra. So when she started singing it, I like messaged Grace. I was like, did I miss something? But apparently I just made a mistake. I thought it was solid. I did not expect her to be cut. What did you guys think?
I am shocked she was cut. I'm not mad about it because she was not my thing at all. Having said that, still shocked. So
She sang it really well. It was one of those that I wasn't going to remember by the end of the episode. And clearly I was not the only one.
What a shame. I mean, can we just take a moment? Like we eulogized Bean's idol run a moment ago. Can we just like, she was such a nice like addition to the show. I thought that for me,
she was your only chance of winning. By the way,
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm never going to say it again. I thought she had almost overtaken Cassandra. Like I was fully expecting her to overlap her, and
me too.
And the fact that she didn't is like, it's like that SpongeBob meme of Plankton where he's like, I don't know how I got here. Like, it's just such a surprise. Like, I'm happy Cassandra's still in the show, but at the same time, I'm like, how'd she get it? Like, it's just such a surprise. But I'm still happy Cassandra is here. But such a bummer. Ava was such a pleasant addition to the show, and her presence will be missed.
Okay.
All right, we move on to Caleb doing it on the road again. I wrote in my notes exactly what you'd expect, and he's going to be top 5.
Can I make a semi-apology? Because I was totally right about the hat being a good thing because it covers his lack of facial expressions. But I was wrong that the lack of expression was something that he can control, as we found out this week. So I apologize for that. Having said that, he's still not my thing.
He's going to be top 5, though, right?
Oh.
Top 5 at the least?
Top 7 at the least.
That's why I picked him, because I knew people would like him. I'm not happy about it.
I mean, you got a point. My team is in shambles. I'm down to 2, and we're at top 9 week.
You're down to 0.
Top 10.
Your 2 both are on borrowed time.
I don't think so. I think
Are we going to
one
see
of
the
them's
blanket
got
and the sunglasses again? Because that was great.
We're 100% going to see.
What?
At this point, I don't think I can win either. So who knows?
That moment, and when we did the when I did the Tyra Banks in the ear like thing with Grace during our Dancing with the Stars podcast, those are some of my favorite moments podcasting with you, Grace. I'll be honest. But yeah. Any other thoughts on Caleb, guys?
Not our thing. Let's move on to Hunter.
Please
Hunter,
do not sing Life is a Highway next week.
No, that'll be Caleb's song.
I'm talking about Caleb.
Oh, well, then you're right. Hunter doing Falling Slowly. And I got to tell you, on paper, fabulous song choice. I think one of the
Even
best
if
song
it's done
choice.
to death.
It's not been done to death. I don't think. It's
been
the only
done
other
twice,
times
really
on
well.
Idol, Chris Allen, Lita Wise, and Alex Preston.
Right.
It's
That's
also
not that
kind of
much.
It's a lovely song, but it's boring as hell.
I disagree. I love this. Lita Wise and Crystal Bauer socks. That's one of my
Chris Allen first
maybe
one.
even my number one. I disagree. Maybe my favorite moment of season 9. I loved it. Like it's just so great. And did I think Hunter, of all the versions I've heard, I think I would put Hunter as 4th between those 4 performances.
Me too.
But it was still good. Like that for me, solid BB plus performance. I mean, the fact that he kind of messed up at the end, I think helped him more. It's one of those rare instances where messing up the lyrics can help because white guy with guitar. What'd you guys think?
He was also my 4th favorite version of this song, out of 4. And I would have said that before the ending part where we got to overcome with emotion as well. Parts of it were great, but parts of it were just okay.
What'd you think, Grace?
I thought he sang it well. It was a good performance. I mean, I did kind of feel bad when he forgot the words and then like broke down in tears, but I forget the words every performance I do. So like that's a learning curve.
That would be if don't have the talent to ever be on one of these shows, but if that were to happen to me, I would just run off the stage. People like who can mess up the stage and still stay up there. I'm like, I would not be able to do that.
It wasn't even that bad. Like every performer in the history of performing has done it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he almost could have like masked it as the emotion taking over. Like, was it emotion, or do you think, or like, what kind of happened?
I don't know.
I mean, Kelly Clarkson messed up the words to Breakaway on SNL and sang some ridiculous line about horses. But to be fair, she hates that song as much as we do, so.
Well, let's move on. We got Madison. Ooh, Run to You by Whitney Houston. As soon as I saw this song choice, I was like, oh, Madison, no.
What did I say last week about singing Whitney songs?
Gil in the chat, I just want to say, Katie Turner forgot her words and she still smiled at the end. Look, she has more guts than I would have if that had happened to me.
I am still pissed about that because the first performance she gave that night was, in my opinion, her best of the competition.
Oops, I did it again, right?
Yeah.
I just rewatched it recently and I was like, this is really good. I was like, I forgot about this.
I'm still mad that we lost her thoroughly. But anyway, Madison.
Yeah, Madison.
I am done with this song from Madison. She nailed it. I don't care because the song is so old-fashioned, and Madison really needed to take a major risk if she wanted to survive or have any chance of surviving. And the fact that she just played it so safe made me completely unsurprised that she's gone. So
that was such a bummer for me because I feel like when you're on American Idol, you need to have some sense of self-awareness as where you are on the pecking order. Like, if you realize you're towards the bottom, you got to just say to yourself, like, screw it. I'm just going to go out. I'm going to do something nuts. You had nothing to lose. You were probably dead on arrival. You might as well go for it. Just go for it.
Might as well do something memorable.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that we'll talk about with Bean. I was like, just do it. Just even if it fails, you know you're on the, like, you'll go down swinging. And this was like going down a bit with the whimper. And that's such a bummer to me because Madison was never kind of my favorite in the show, but I did kind of expect something. And I feel like she just kind of, instead of trying to go out in a blaze of glory, or even a blaze of glory can sometimes save you. Look at Haley Reinhart, that she was able to like turn that situation around entirely. Those, like, on a different season, it might have been able to happen with Madison, but here she just kind of accepted it. And I was like, no, you still might be dead on arrival regardless, but like you could still try. And this felt like a womp womp.
Honestly, when I saw that she was singing this song, because I looked, and this and I Have Nothing were both nominated for Best Original Song. They both lost, by the way. And I'm thinking, like, which one of those is even the lesser of two evils at this point? Or are
this
they
one's
both
the lesser of two evils still, but
I was going to say, I mean, I Have Nothing has been done like 1,000 times on the show, but Run to You, somebody, was it MJ that called this performance a pageant performance? I was like,
yes,
that is the word I wanted to see. This was a pageant performance. And I knew she was doomed. Even if she had nailed it, which honestly,
she kind of did.
Again, I said it last week. Rule number 1 of singing Whitney Houston songs. Why does nobody listen to me?
Unless you're Jessica Sanchez.
Well, she got forced to by a theme the first
and Holly
time.
Kavanaugh.
Again, they were forced to by a theme. That doesn't count.
Pete Toscano did. Well, okay. I guess.
The only exception are the season 11 girls because they were forced to by the theme.
And they still did really good. Holly and Jessica, like.
They did. And then Jessica did 2 more Whitney songs, which, again, but one of them wasn't chosen. One of them I think was the finale, and I don't think she picked it. So that one doesn't count either.
Well, let's move on to Chayce is up next. Am I right?
Yes.
Everything I Do For You by Bryan Adams. I did not like this performance, guys. What did you think?
Hate the song choice. The beginning was good, and then it just completely got rough. And at this point, I have lost almost all hope of him winning, which means I think he still will win. I have lost almost all hope in me winning.
What about you, Eric? What did you think?
I need my sign. I don't get him. I don't get it.
But like, think about this way, Eric. A white guy with guitar is likely going to win. They have the best shot. So we got Hunter.
I'll take Hunter.
And we got. Well, I will take that. I got a crown right in there that I can pull out. Has got a full layer of dust on it at this point for how long it's been.
Like Chayce, as I've said in past weeks, Chayce is a weaker version of Arthur, who is a weaker version of Philip. So
no,
Arthur comes back, like kiss Chase's chances of winning goodbye. Kiss everybody's chances of winning goodbye at that point.
Yeah, but Arthur wins. Honestly, like if he comes back, it's
when he comes back.
Well, we'll talk about it, but yeah, I don't Chayce. I don't get it. I'm with you, Eric.
Okay,
Bean, time of my life. I wrote that this was a performance on the cusp of brilliance. It was right there. He starts singing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's going to do it!" And when I saw the song choice, I was like, "Oh, Bean, no, dude!" Like, and then he started singing, and in a second, I was flipped. I was like, "Yes, like this is exactly what he needs to do." And then he reverted to the original, and I was like, "Bean," because I wanted you to make it through. I feel like I don't know if it's either the contestants or maybe the producers. Get that out of here. I feel like what contestants, I don't know if it's the contestants' fault or the producers do. I don't think recently, they don't commit. I think back to contestants like Madison Vandenberg, like I feel like they are afraid to fully go in with an extreme rearrangement. Madison, I remember when she did Falling, she was like, she would always, not Falling, a lot of her performances, she would start with something fresh and then revert to the original. And I don't get it because I feel like if you're going to take the risk, you're trying to have your cake and eat it at both times. And I don't think that's a good idea because either commit or don't. That's what I think. And it takes me back.
Commit or don't commit. Give us something new.
And what this performance reminded me of so much was Janelle Arthur doing "You Keep Me Hanging On" back in season 12. It was a wildly different arrangement, completely unique, and she did the entire song that way. They're like if Bean had done it this way, I think. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I still don't think he would have made it through, but it would have been closer. And I think it would have been a ridiculously memorable moment. And it would have been something that like I said, Bean's on my team. I was really rooting for him. And I was on the cusp of brilliance. Like you were so close, just you had to commit and he didn't. And it was so disappointing for me.
Agreed.
I feel the same way about people singing Whitney songs as I feel about them singing duets, especially duets that do not work solo. Remember Joe Irvine on X Factor New Zealand did this song on One Hit Wonders Week. He tried to do both parts. It was awful. It was really, really, really bad. This was much better than that. I was enjoying the beginning at first, like you guys were. The arrangement, it kind of fell apart, but he did sing it well. And also, Bean, if you're watching this, do not ever take dancing advice from Bobby Bones. Just don't do it.
We love you, Bean.
We are not a Bobby Bones supporting podcast.
This is true. This is Grace brought this to the table. I'll be honest. Well, Grace and Eric, both of you guys.
Supporting him before I joined it.
We were I was personally indifferent to him, and now Grace is
Anyway,
but yeah, for being on the cusp of brilliance, and that's my thoughts.
Now let's talk about the worst song choice of the night.
Is it
Alyssa Wray? This Is Me.
I disagree with being the worst song choice of the night.
What do you think was worse?
I thought Grace's song choice was worse.
No, I thought the worst song choice was Madison, to be honest.
Okay.
They're all equally terrible.
The only good ones were Cassandra, Hunter, Bean, Casey.
Willie. Willie
Well-
did
and Willie. 5 out of 12. There you go. So yeah, Alyssa, what do you guys think?
This was better than she's been in a few weeks. I thought the end was a bit much. Kind of was a little bit pageanty as well. But she did move back up a little bit. And hopefully with Disney Week she won't screw up.
I'm sad because this performance reminded me of the brilliance that was Scarlett Lee on X Factor.
Yes.
And so that's all I could think about was how much better Scarlett did it.
I also hate this song, so there was nothing that any of them could have done to make me like it.
Yes.
I think that Alyssa sang the song beautifully. It was a beautiful performance. But it was very pageanty to me. Like I know we kind of like said the same for Madison, but I feel the same way for Alyssa. Like it was just very, like here's a message. Vocally beautiful, but like she's not a contestant I can kind of really get excited about. Like I would like to, but I feel like she's. I just personally don't know really what to make of Alyssa personally. Like I don't think she's much longer for the competition.
Oh, she's gone next round.
I think she might make it one more. I think she
No.
I can
maybe
kind of see
scrapes
her
by.
surviving Disney Week, but she's
I
like,
think she could just scrape by to top 5, and then I think she's DOA. But I think like right now, I think
make top 5.
Yeah, with one
No.
showstopper. With a
No.
showstopper, I think she can. Yeah,
No, she's gone by top 7.
she could do Reflection, and that could be a big moment.
No, she's gone by top 7. We're not gonna have more than 2 girls in the
Eric, tell me, like, who do you see going home next? Like, who are your 3 that you're predicting?
Deshawn, Alyssa, and Cassandra and or Hunter are the 4 that are most disposable at this point.
if Adam loses his entire team next week, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Not
It's
even
possible.
making top 7. That's
I think
embarrassing.
Adam might lose his team and I will lose Deshawn.
That would be a wreck. Let's not manifest that. Let's manifest positive vibes. Adam needs it today.
Deshawn!
Let's
And whatever Bobby Bones had him doing this week.
Deshawn Goncalves, Memories by Barbara
That was-
Streisand.
The way we were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Memories / like in parentheses the way we were? I don't
even know.
Whatever.
I hear Memory and I hear the
sang
song
it
from
really,
Cats,
really well.
which thankfully nobody did.
He did sing it well. I was bored. And I'm shocked he made it. Not as shocked as he was, but I'm shocked. Based on talent, he did deserve to make it this week. So.
He is a better representation of that. The Plankton meme from SpongeBob where they're interviewing him,
He
like,
was
what are you going to do
shocked.
next? And Plankton's like, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Like, just...
Yep.
But good for him. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
he has
good for him.
scraped his way by. Like, I give him kudos. Like, this was impressive. He is still here. I think he's doing a good job. I think he's pretty DOA come the next episode.
I
But
feel
for
like
now-
at some point, if they're not already, he and Willie are going to completely cancel each other out.
We're not going to cancel each other out. Willie's just going to get all of his votes.
Yeah, I'm almost like rooting for Deshawn. Like, keep going. Like, I want to see how far he can go with this. Like, I'm just impressed. Like, he's been doing good, and I enjoy watching him.
I was so bored, though. Probably the song, because it's a Barbra Streisand song, and they're all boring as hell.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, God.
Do you know that?
What even is that?
That was a
That was a
song.
dead song.
That was a song.
That certainly was a song.
My favorite moment
Anyway.
of the entire one of the worst moments of X Factor was when a group actually sang that song on the live shows. But anyway,
Wait, what?
Diva Fever season 7.
Wasn't it
this
on
is the
Glee
UK
also?
X Factor.
It was on Glee. Anyway.
Let's move on.
Casey Bishop. With
Casey
another horrible
Bishop.
song choice.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'm going to throw this one to Eric. What did you think of this?
I fully, heartily disagree with Grace. I thought this was a moment for Chayce. Not my favorite song in any universe.
You can't have a moment with this song.
What?
You cannot have a moment with
Yes,
this song.
you can. Catherine
McPhee.
Very different show, and she should be the mentor next season. But anyway,
I will also
Deshawn,
say that Chayce had a moment with it. It's not my favorite song, but I thought this was my favorite performance of the night.
Wrong. It was Cassandra for me, because by default.
No.
I thought it was all right. Casey, I mean,
I thought it was a
my
great performance.
I thought it was definitely good. I wasn't like on Eric level moment. I was like A-.
It wasn't like as big a moment as other idol moments had, but it was a mini moment.
But you know, at this rate, I don't know how many moments we're gonna get this season. So
like none. I'm calling it a moment because we're not gonna get very many others. So.
It was really, really good. I will say that.
All right.
But yeah.
Anything else for Casey, or you wanna?
I'm trying to think of what she's gonna do next.
I want to see another great moment.
I do have one prediction that neither of you are gonna like, but I'm gonna say it. I think she's in trouble next week.
Casey?
Yeah.
I think you're dead wrong.
I seriously think she could be in trouble.
I think she has a free pass next week, but I'm really hoping that she's
a lock for top 5.
Grace, Casey, Willie, like we're not going to top 3 with those 3. We've got to put Caleb and Hunter, or we got to lose one of them. I feel like Casey,
Grace, and Willie are destined for top 5.
I disagree. I think one of them's got to miss out. And if it's one of those 3, I think Casey's going to be the shock. I think there's going to be a shock. There's got to be one shocker here.
Nope, disagree. But we'll see.
Gil in the chat agreed with you. But well, you know what?
I'm trying to think of like a Disney song with a rock edge that's actually good, and I can't think of any.
I will say, if Cassandra or Hunter can't win, and I had to pick one contestant remaining that I would want to win, I would pick Casey. Don't know if she can, but I do think she is in trouble. I let me know in the chat if I'm right or wrong. If you think
Gil
she
seems to agree with me. Somewhat. I don't think that 2 white guys with guitars are going to be in the finale, but
no, one of Grace or Hunter, one of Grace or Willie are going to be there, I think. But let's move on. Cassandra, I love Cassandra. Cassandra is really frustrating to root for. I'm going to say, because she is so inconsistent. When she's good, she's really good. When she's bad, we have what happened last week. But like I said, it just makes it so tense for me watching her performance. I was watching it like this because she was going right to the edge of like going off the rail, and then she got it back on, and then she went right, and it was like, Cassandra, you're giving me an anxiety attack. Like she was going so close to the edge and then coming back. What did you guys think?
Matt Terry did it way better. Having said that, this was Cassandra's best performance of the competition, hands down. Not even mad at myself for accidentally voting for her while trying to type in Casey's number. So.
Yeah, Eric was messaging me like, I actually like a Cassandra performance. I'd fallen asleep. I watched it like at 5 a.m. But Eric's like, why aren't you up? I saw in the chat. Our
no,
chat.
I wasn't saying that. I was like, Adam, where are you? I just said I liked a Cassandra performance.
What did you think, Grace?
I was actually very nervous for her when she sang this song because, like we said, Matt Terry killed it twice on X Factor. And I think that's the performance that actually sealed up his win, if he wasn't already going to win.
It is.
The one that Nicole Scherzinger had nothing to do.
Well, actually, no. Purple Rain sealed up his win, but.
Well, yeah, because I think he was in second night one of the finale behind Sarah. But anyway, back to this one. I was actually nervous about it. It was much better than I thought it would be, but I still kind of want her to just like, if you're watching this, Cassandra, can you please go back to the piano next week and do I See the Light?
Yeah.
Please.
I was going to say When She Loved Me.
No.
I was thinking either that or A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, but I don't want that one.
Or even Reflection. Someone's got to do Reflection. I've said it too many times.
No.
Somebody's going to do it. But like,
that would go together like peanut butter and
Or maybe just Sam will do it with her
peanut
one guest spot.
peanut butter and spikes.
I would want Little Wonders for Cassandra. That would be my dream song choice. For
I
Meet
don't
the
know that-
Robinsons.
Oh, I never
Meet the
saw the movie.
Robinsons. That's one of my underrated.
Well, we can't
hidden-
do the up montage. It's instrumental.
Ooh, if only. But I will say, Cassandra, what a turnaround from last week. I thought she was in huge trouble. I still think she's in trouble going to next week, but her stock has slightly risen from what happened last week. Like, we've moved past it. Like, she's still like, that could have been a deal breaker what that performance was, and she's gotten a pass on it, and we're still here. Like, it didn't drag her down this week, and I am very happy to see it, guys.
Okay, let's talk about Willie.
Willie closing out the show with
The
Stand
new
Up.
front runner, by the way.
Yeah, what did you guys think?
He's a lock for the finale. And if a guy wins this season, Willie is the only one I think who would deserve it. I thought this was a fantastic performance. Can't fault it at all.
I don't know if he can ride this way. Like,
I don't think he can win.
he benefits the
You don't
most
think he can
from
win?
this.
I am
don't.
now at the point where I think he could win.
I think he is the one who's getting the most out of this quickened American Idol season because it's going so fast and he's given these big performances. He is just flying through, and I think he could win too. Honestly, like, I think we are reaching a point where I'm seeing so much attention to him that I think he has a shot. I don't think it will maybe end up happening, but I think he's definitely got a shot. Like, I'm going to say,
if it's between him and the comeback contestant, I am all in on Willie.
he's been the most consistent the entire season. He continues to give good performances. He's done, I think, better than Grace. Casey, I think he's consistent. Like, he's
not my favorite between the three of them, but I would not be able to fault him as a winner.
What did you think, Grace?
I'm looking at YouTube views right now.
Oh yeah,
he is killing him. He's destroying everyone else on those.
Hunter's number one right now, actually.
Really?
He is.
Well, that's because he cried. But anyway.
No, I thought Willie did a really good job. I am very happy he didn't sing Against All Odds. Thank you.
Oh God.
Now, if you're taking my advice next week, please don't sing A Whole New World next week.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Oh yeah, if we had gotten that song, I would have thrown my computer out the window. But no, Willie did a really, really good job with it. People were like fangirling all over Twitter. He has the Melinda Doolittle seal of approval, which means little to nothing, or that means he won't win. I'm not sure.
Wait to rip up Melinda Doolittle. We love Melinda Doolittle. I think it means something.
I love her too, but I mean, I still don't think he will win. But I will not be upset if he does.
I do not co-sign that, Grace. I think the Melinda Doolittle seal that we love Melinda Doolittle. She's amazing.
We love her. I will say I'm not sure that she's always right.
She's not. She gave Christina Ray the seal of approval on AGT, and that didn't work either.
Anyway,
so that's actually the episode. I want to, before we kind of talk about the comeback contestants, I want to throw it both to you. Could you give me the names? We're going next week from 10 to 7, right?
I thought there was no Idol next week.
There isn't.
2 weeks. I'm sorry, 10 to 7 in 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Could you give me, both of you, 5 people who are in trouble?
I already did.
I'm going to say Deshawn, Cassandra, Chayce, maybe?
Either Chayce or Caleb.
Caleb, maybe, but I think if Caleb survives this, I think he's going all the way. And then I think Casey.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I just want to
the ones that are in trouble are Deshawn, Alyssa.
Yes.
Oh, Alyssa.
Hunter.
I think Alyssa could do well with a Disney song, but like I said, if she survives that,
she's the most likely to survive. I think Deshawn, Cassandra, and Hunter are probably goners.
Mm-hmm. I think the third spot is going to depend on the night. Like, if somebody's early in the show and boring, or if somebody gives a really bad performance and we weren't expecting them to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about the 3 comeback contestants who have any chance of advancing, shall we?
Yeah, we're gonna kind
at
of.
this point.
We're just going to kind of talk about the big 3 names. Eric and Grace and I, we kind of narrowed it down to 3 people who I think actually have a shot of getting this advancement, and really it's kind of just one. But we believe that it's between Michaela, Arthur Gunn, and Louis. What do you guys think? Who's getting it here?
I voted for Michaela because she was the best of the 3 by a mile. Having said that, I think it's going to be Louis.
No.
I think it's going to be Arthur, but I thought that from
Louis,
the second we got it.
If it is Louis, I will forfeit my entire draft. That's how
You're
sure I am.
your entire draft regardless.
But I'm going to take that back, actually, because I think there's an off chance, but I think, honestly, look at the YouTube views. Like, that's all I can say. Like, just...
Michaela and Arthur are crushing everybody else.
I'm really hoping Michaela can pull it out because she's the only one out of all 10 of them that I would actually kind of like to see come back because I felt she was robbed last year. And because she delivered a performance this time that, my God, addressed every issue we had with her last year, right? She connected with that song, which was her big issue with her last year, was that she had a blank facial expression every time she performed last year. You could tell that she didn't know what she was singing about. This time she did. And she still sang the hell out of the song. Is she a goner? Yeah, she's a goner. But I'm going to be really sad because she did everything. And Gil, I don't think VPN voting is a thing. I don't think it's...
Look, if you were to ask me who I would want to go through, I would want Michaela to go through because I don't think she would win, and I would want someone from this season to win. Correct. That would be my only real reasoning. But
that is also a reason to vote for Michaela.
Yeah, but that's kind of my thoughts. Otherwise, I did just want to, it was kind of fun to see some of these contestants back. Yeah. I think look, if you're offered this opportunity, if you're someone like Nick Mariko, you got to know you're not making it through. I didn't get why the judges were criticizing his original song. I was like, if I'm on the get called back and I know I'm not going to be advancing, why not just promote one of my songs? Because why not? What's the downside? You're not going to make it through. You might as well have this 5-minute block on TV and get some press for the song. So that is the strategy I would have used.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, let's pretend. Do we want to talk about Arthur and Louis at all? Because I don't.
Nah, it's gonna be Arthur. I just.
So Arthur sang Iris, and I've been listening to Grace Davis's version of Iris in my playlist for the past 2 weeks, which was a completely rearrangement of the song, and I love that version of it that Grace Davis did. Arthur it was so mediocre. I'm sorry. It was just so aggressively mediocre. And so was Louis. Louis was slightly better than Arthur, but Louis Knight is not my thing at all. So.
But for next week, Disney Week, do you guys have any songs you hope to hear? Any songs you hope not to hear?
I have a lot of songs I don't want to hear.
Let's go through it. I've got the internet. I queued up. I just typed in Disney songs on YouTube on Google. So the number one pick was "Let It Go." Are we going to hear "Let It Go" or "How Far I Go"?
We gotta
hear one of them.
Grace, we're gonna hear Frozen.
Who would be most likely to do "Let It Go"?
This year without Frozen, and it was great.
Who's most likely to do "Let It Go"?
Alyssa.
Yes.
Or Grace. Or Michaela if she makes it.
A Whole New World, Be Our Guest, How Far I'll Go.
A Whole New World is going to be Willie.
Circle of Life. I feel like that song's everyone who sings that gets cut. Ada Vox sang it, got cut.
Jennifer Hudson sang it and won the vote that week.
Zonat.
We don't discuss that, and there was no voting that week.
Is someone going to do You Got a Friend in Me? I got to
No.
say, I love that song from Toy Story, but like, it is such a nothing performance on Idol.
Correct.
Either
Like, it's
Chayce,
just,
probably Chayce will do that. Either Chayce or Caleb will do that, and whoever doesn't does Life is a Highway.
Kiss the Girl. Can
Arthur
you feel the
did that
love
one
I
tonight?
was thinking Casey was Into the Unknown, actually, Gil. I was thinking for Casey, we might do that song.
I don't think she has the
Oh,
power.
yes. Yeah,
She
the
does.
Panic at the Disco version.
Yes, she does. She does have the power for it.
That's actually not a bad choice. Colors of the Wind, I See the Light, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, For the First Time in Forever. The Bare Necessities, only Maddie Poppy can do that. Friend Like Me, Be Our Guest, You're Welcome. Hakuna Matata, Why Should I Worry?
I want
there.
somebody to do
Mama
Un
Knows
Poco Loco,
Best.
but I don't think it's going to happen this season.
Mama Knows Best is a Disney song?
No, it's
Mother
not.
Knows Best from Tangled.
Oh, I thought that was just. Oh, I'm an
No,
idiot.
different song, completely different.
And on that fun note, I'm kind of. Anything else you guys want to talk about, or
That's what I got, guys. I mean, it was. I'm excited for Disney Week.
I kind of want somebody to do It's All Right, but that's such a nothing performance that I don't want somebody to do it.
That's not a Disney song.
It's from Soul,
But
which
that was,
has a
it came out
fantastic
way before.
score.
All right. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about from the episode or in general?
I'm good.
No Idol next week, so enjoy your weekend off. I am not watching the Oscars.
Well, thank you guys.
Or that Sesame Street show.
Thanks so much, guys, for watching. For talking to me. I'm sorry. It's been fun. I'm still enjoying this season of Idol, even despite my rant. It's just a different show at this point. But yeah, I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox. And if you've made it to this point in the episode, you've probably made it in the past, so you know all my stuff that I usually say. Eric, where can we find you?
Eric_Ascher on Twitter, bit.ly/EricLavids, where I will have concert videos coming up soon, because I have 2 concerts coming up soon. Yay. And then ericasher.com.
What about you, Grace?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Until then, stay awesome.